Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is the 13th of January, 2024. Saturday, I might add. So, let's talk. Um, this past week has been a, a good week in that I got stuff done. I got a couple of reviews I want to get up. I finished a book and started another, and I would show you both books, except they're what this camera tripod is sitting on right now. So maybe I'll find graphics for them online, and I'll put them after I'm talking in that little end section that so many of you ignore. Um, but yeah, I finished the book NP. It's a strange but excellent book by Banana Yoshimoto, and the premise, the sort of the MacGuffin it hangs on, is that this Japanese man was in America and wrote a short story collection in English. And it turns out that people, three different people, tried to translate it from English into Japanese, and all three committed suicide before they completed the translation. So that's our starting point. And it follows a girl who was the girlfriend of the last person to try and translate it that killed himself. She too is a translator. So, but that's only a tertiary thing that sort of sits in the background because it's really about how her life is changing and the people that she's meeting, partially because of the book. And I don't want to give too much away because I'd recommend reading it, uh, and seeing how she reacts to their lives and how they each influence each other's lives, and how what she's got going on and the years that have passed influence her relationship with her parents. So there's a lot going on there. I found it pretty darn good. Definitely worth your time. And I'm currently reading another Banana Yoshimoto book. It's a theme called Lizard, which is a collection of 6 short stories. And I've read the first two, and I love both of them. So I'm enjoying this author, and I'll surely explore more. I think after this, though, there's several reading choices, and I'll figure that out when I get there. So anyway, did that. Um, Briefly, back in 2019, 2020, I was quite enamored with this telenovela on Telemundo called Betty in New York, which was a sequel to Ugly Betty, the Spanish version, not the American version with Amerigo Ferrera. But this girl, Elifer Torres, wasn't Betty in the original story. This is a different actress, and I loved this. It's 123 episodes, and I loved it. And at the time, you could also watch it subtitled in English, which unfortunately you couldn't with the rebroadcast. So I came upon it about a little more than halfway through and decided let me watch this again because I loved the characters, and it has a very fascinating series of stories arcs. So, and I just love the characters, like I said. So that just finished up Thursday. So sad to see that go again. But hopefully we meet again, and maybe they think to continue those characters at some point, see where their lives are later on. Who knows? Maybe not, but if they never do, that's okay. And beyond that, Grace Mary brought me communion on Thursday. Always lovely to see her. My family misadventures go on, all that sort of stuff. So, but I was thinking that since Monday is Martin Luther King Day, let's talk a little bit about Dr. King. I have memories of when he was alive and the horror of him being killed. I don't have a lot of clear memories because I was a kid. But I will say from early on, from that time, he was someone I admired. There was a list I had in my head of people that I admired, like Lincoln, and I don't know, it's an odd fit, but Johnny Carson, I loved. He was a huge influence on my life, along with Daffy Duck. But Lincoln, Martin Luther King, I suppose I liked the idea of Thomas Edison more than I like what I came to know about the person that was Thomas Edison. And later in life, I would greatly admire Robert Benchley, for example. But Dr. King, I look at what he achieved and the influence he still has on the world, and I'm saddened that we're still not where he would like us to be, but I'm glad that he made the effort and will always be a guidepost for fighting for what is right. And of course, he suffered the ultimate cost for that. But a lot of love for Dr. King. I know there are people that object to having a Martin Luther King Day, and I'm puzzled by that. I think it's one of our more justified holidays, certainly. Um, and a man of God, truly, fighting for everyone. I think where people lose the thread is they think he was just fighting for other African Americans. And that was part of it, but it was only part of it. I think he realized that that fight is for equality and rights for everyone. Because I think he saw that equality and rights are an all or nothing. Either everyone has rights or no one does. Because if anyone is excluded, it's the same as no one having rights. And that's a sad thought indeed. So the fight goes on, his vision goes on, he will never be forgotten. Um, I'm glad that he has his day on Tuesday, and a human being I genuinely admire. So I want to say a little about that. But so this week ahead, more work. Um, my world, of course, is small lately. Doing my best. Heard from some folks. That was nice. Would like to hear from some more of you. That would be nice. But for now, I'll let you go. I love you all. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.